बैंक ऑफ कनेडा वालों अपनी ब्याज दरां 'ਚ कोई वादा नहीं किया गया है, पर आने वाले दिनों 'ਚ बैंक ने महंगाई नूं ठल पाउण लई इन्हां ब्याज दरां 'ਚ वादा करन दी चेतावनी भी दी है। सेंट्रल बैंक वालों इस साल मार्च तो ब्याज दरां 'ਚ वादा किए जाने की संभावना है। बैंक ऑफ कनेडा ने भी कहा कि सूचक अंक दर्शाते हैं कि अर्थचारा ली उत्ते आ रहा है। लेबर मार्केट भी महामारी तो पहलों वाले पद्धर उत्ते पहुंच गई है। बैंक ऑफ कनेडा ने भी कहा कि सीनियर नीति काड़ियां वालों जिहड़ी पेशी निगोई की गई सी, उस नालों विकास दर पिछले कुछ महीनों 'ਚ मजबूत हुई है।
First, the emergency monetary measures needed to support the economy through the pandemic are no longer required, and they have ended. Second, interest rates need to increase to control inflation. Canadians should expect a rising path for interest rates. And third, while reopening an economy after repeated waves of COVID is complicated, Canadians can be confident that the Bank of Canada will control inflation. We are committed to bringing inflation back to target. Let me take each of these in turn. The bank's response to the pandemic has been forceful. Throughout, our actions have been guided by our mandate. We have been resolute and deliberate, communicating clearly with Canadians on our extraordinary measures to support the economy and on the conditions for their exit. When we introduced emergency liquidity measures to support core funding markets, we said they would end when market functioning was restored. And they did. When we launched quantitative easing, we said it would continue until the recovery was well underway. And as the recovery progressed, we began tapering QE and ended it in October. Today marks the final step in exiting from emergency policies. We said exceptional forward guidance would continue until slack was absorbed. With the strength of the recovery through the second half of 2021, the Governing Council now judges this condition has been met. As such, we are removing our commitment to hold our policy rate at its floor of 0.25%. Second, we want to clearly signal that we expect interest rates will need to increase. A lot of factors are contributing to the uncomfortably high inflation we are experiencing today, and many of these are global, and they reflect the unique circumstances of the pandemic. As the pandemic fades, conditions will normalize and inflation will come down. And finally, Canadians can be assured the Bank of Canada will control inflation. Prices for many goods and services are rising quickly, and this is making it harder for Canadians to make ends meet, particularly those on lower incomes. Prices for food, gasoline, and housing have all risen faster than usual. We expect inflation will remain close to 5% through the first half of 2022 and then move lower. There is some uncertainty about how quickly inflation will come down because we've never experienced a pandemic like this before. But Canadians can be assured that we will use our monetary policy tools to control inflation.